hour.
What kind of production do you think I'm running over here?
Production.
A 4 out of 10 production.
4 out of 10.
I'm joking.
Savage.
No, it's pretty good, man. It's gone way better than. Actually, when we first started, it was like at least a 3 out of 10 or something.
Oh, it was bad.
That
Yeah,
table
I was
out there.
The same table right now, man.
That is the same
That
table.
is true. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the Top Tier Podcast. This is episode 83. My name is Brendan. You can, of course, find me on the YouTubes at youtube.com/RetelFactor. God damn it, dude. Oh, Lou sucks, dude.
Retel sucks, dude. Damn, dude.
You can find this show, the Top Tier Podcast, at youtube.com/Top Tier Podcast. You can also find you can also find it on iTunes. You can find it on SoundCloud, a Top Tier Podcast, and every other major podcast directory out there. I use Beyond Pod, Podcast Addicts.
How many are there? Are there like a lot?
There's a ton. They all feed into the same like RSS.
Oh, okay.
feeds. That's why.
That's cool.
Okay. I was gonna say, did you actually like?
Like I don't have to
through each
physically
one?
add
Okay.
them. I just have to submit it to iTunes, and a bunch of these
Okay.
other podcast services feed off of iTunes. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I hear you.
That's pretty cool, man.
With me today, Lou Tixon,
What?
Esports Money, Beirut, and Billy the Win.
Yo.
Oh, you got water on your glasses, dude.
Oh, yeah, just
From the rain,
No.
man.
From the rain. We
Oh,
live in
from-
Vancouver,
oh,
man.
He's
man.
dropping some tears.
Keeps all the bitches wet is what's going on, dude. He walks around.
Just getting sprayed. Jesus Christ.
Like it's like
Shit.
a hose.
God.
He's walking down the street, just like off camera, just like a hose. He's so used to it, so he's unfazed.
Yeah.
like Naito.
So,
Do you see that thing I sent you
which one?
on WhatsApp?
Oh yeah, I definitely saw it. I don't remember though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When what's it called? Abe Miho was like all open. He was like this.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Japanese wrestling.
Oh my
Naito's the
goodness.
best,
We
man.
talked about enough wrestling
Tranquilo,
last
man.
episode. My
So
God.
fuck.
I
That's
thought
all.
you guys were
That's all I
talking about
like.
some Naruto shit or
No.
something. I was
Naruto.
real worried, man.
Naruto?
Naruto.
Naruto? Billy, you've been watching like One Piece, haven't you?
Yeah, I stopped because I was burnt out.
Damn.
I mean,
There's
that's what happens
so
when you
many
have 900 episodes of a friggin' show.
It's just too much, dude.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
of
lot.
One Piece. But I hear One Piece is like really good though.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm like, fuck.
Like if
I'm
there's
tired of
if there's
watching
any
TV
of
right
those
now.
like crazy long like been on since the 90s animes I would watch, it would probably be One Piece. But like even Pokemon's at like over 1,000 episodes. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Ash is a
You're
little
talking about
bitch,
like
though.
animes that started in the 90s or ones that just kept on going?
Well, yeah, exactly. And
okay.
The stories are not
There's a
planned
lot
out.
like
They're just
started in
winging
the
it, dude.
90s, right? And like continuing on. Like,
Are they running in the 90s?
Oh my God.
oh, let's go, Billy. I mean, Initial D was that. I mean,
Let's go, Billy.
Billy.
Let's go.
Hajime no Ippo was
Yeah.
really like kind of came back and continued on.
Well, like
Dragon
Detective
Balls.
Conan is one of my favorites,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that's still going. But I like. I
Is
don't
that still
know.
going?
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. They're and it's
Like in Japan?
yeah.
Doraemon just
not
got
here.
reboot.
Ah.
Doraemon's magical.
Doraemon?
There's been some good animes. Like Boris, my brother, is a real big fucking anime
I
head,
know,
but
I
he
know
only
he is.
watches like the really good stuff. And he made me watch this one called ReZero.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He wanted me to watch that one too.
Yeah.
Really good.
No, it
I
was good, yeah.
Really,
It was
really
a good one.
impressed. Yeah.
Like what's it about?
Just the ending was great. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay, I haven't got. I'm at the
oh,
very.
the spoilers.
I'm at
good
the
thing I
very
didn't
last
say that.
episode. No,
Don't tell me,
it's
don't
it's
tell
already.
me
There's
to
been a
watch
lot of crazy stuff that
Is it one of
happened.
those animes that has a bad ending?
I'm literally like 2
There's a lot of
episodes away.
Well, it's just like a cliffhanger. You kind of just don't know what the fuck happened, to be
Oh.
honest. And it's just like, wait, what?
Well, this is the interesting thing about this anime is one of the few animes, and there's more and more of them coming out where there wasn't. It's not based off a manga,
Oh, okay.
right?
Oh.
It's like an original show that so nobody knows where the story's gonna go.
That's good.
And like they don't know what they're gonna do with it, so it's really interesting in that sense.
Because it was like really cool. Like it was about this dude. He's he's from like the present time, but then somehow he gets transported into like this fantasy world.
Yeah,
Um,
feels like almost like a video game RPG
yeah.
world.
But then all of a sudden, like I didn't realize it was gonna be so violent too. But then it's like he basically like he gets killed, and then he wakes up. And like it's kind of like a Groundhog Day kind of situation, or he wakes up and he's in the same place again, and he has to figure out like what the fuck happened and how to get forward.
Yes.
And then, but he keeps dying and keeps going back, and he
Oh, it's
keeps
like Contra.
progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and then,
the thing is, there's like think of it as a game. There are save points, so when he does progress and he does
Yeah.
like go through the few days, he does get to a point where
yeah.
if he dies again, he'll start from that point.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
So
rough, though.
it does. It definitely starts to mess with him, right? Because
Yeah.
he hates the pain of dying.
Yeah.
And there's some messed up ways that he dies, and
Yeah.
but it's not even about that. The anime has a lot of really bright and happy moments,
Yeah,
but it just
yeah.
definitely has its darkness too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, really good
But
one
it's
to check
good.
out.
Yeah.
Sounds
It's
cool.
definitely. Yeah. You should check it out.
It's on
Yeah.
Crunchyroll, so if any of you guys listening have Crunchyroll, check it out. For sure. Yeah, I just started. Me and my brother got the Funimation
Yeah,
streams. They're pretty good.
it's good. It's better, right?
Yeah, it's.
Because I heard you guys talk about the quality is a lot better than Crunchyroll.
Yeah, the quality's
Really?
like way better. Because the thing about Crunchyroll, one thing we learned, at least on the PS4, they're still using the PS3 app for it. So actually, when you use the Crunchyroll app on a PS4, you don't even get 1080p. You literally just you just watch 720, and it looks like crap because you can really tell a difference on a bigger screen.
For sure.
So as soon as we put in the Funimation app, we were like, "Holy fuck! Like this looks so much better."
Because like Sony just bought Funimation, right? Like not too
did
long
they?
ago. Yeah.
Oh, I
So
didn't even
now
know about
Sony
that.
owns Funimation, which is kind of crazy. So
That's cool.
and it was like shortly after that there was a Funimation app for the PS3 and PS4 that got released. So it's pretty,
And their
pretty awesome.
selection's awesome. And before they used to have like a premium price and then the base price, but now it's all in one. Because before they wanted you to pay a little bit extra for the English dubs if you wanted them.
oh,
So you have
really?
to pay
That's
like
so
$1
whack.
or something like that. But it was like overall it was the same price, but now it's just kind of like an all-in price and you get
How
the
much is it
option
per
of
month?
both. It's like $6.
Yeah, dude, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean,
it's
it's
honestly
good,
worth it. I'm
'cause-
paying for it just to watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you can't compare or you can't compete against Netflix is the big thing with these streaming services, right?
Of
So if
course.
you
So
start
you have to
getting
go for like a niche, like anime. You know what I
niche
mean?
or if you start getting up to that $10, $11 price range, that's when it starts getting dodgy, right? Because
For
at that
sure.
point people are like, well, I already have Netflix.
Yeah.
This is going to double my cost. But if you're like $5-6 territory, you can really get by. So,
Yeah. Like, fuck, dude, I pay so much for cable and I never watch cable. I don't even know why I still have it, man.
Yeah.
Pain in my ass.
Yeah. Sometimes
I have it
it's
for
like that.
sports. That's the only thing I do.
I have it
Watch
for
sports.
like.
Isn't that like a sports package that you just get? Like,
That's what I have.
Okay.
I
The
just
thing
have
is,
sports
like those
packages.
packages, they're add-ons. You can't like just get
Yeah.
sports. You know what I mean?
oh,
Yeah.
I see, I see, I
They're
see.
all they're all treated as add-ons. So you need like a base package. Then you can like I can't just pay for HBO. I gotta pay for
Yeah.
the whole fucking thing.
It's terrible.
You
It's
know,
absolutely
That's how
terrible.
they get you.
That's how they get you,
Even
man.
in Canada here, you can't even buy HBO now, right? Because like
You can't-
Fido owns them or something like
You
that.
you have to go
Or
through.
Rogers, I forgot.
So you like, because I used to like stream Game of Thrones because I had no other way to watch it unless I paid for some like lucrative fucking cable package, which I ended up doing.
yeah.
But now it's not as bad. Like you can have like some cheap package, and then you can get the HBO app, and it does
Okay.
work. So like I'm able to like stream it on my tablet if I want to, or my phone through
Nice.
the HBO app.
That's legit. And they have every season of like Game of
They
Thrones.
have they have everything from HBO. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like,
awesome.
If you want to watch, Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Ballers, you can do it.
How was that show anyways?
I don't know. Fuck,
I
it's
haven't
not for
seen
me.
it, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
that,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so that new Netflix show came out.
Altered
We
Carbon.
were
Altered
just
Carbon,
talking
yeah,
about it
yeah,
last
yeah,
episode.
That's right. Okay, I'm sorry,
Last
guys.
week.
Last week.
It's old news,
yes,
dog.
Last week.
Just
You
before
guys
you
already saw all
showed
the
up.
first episodes and
No,
everything?
we haven't watched it yet, but I was just
Did you watch it?
I've not yet. No.
Oh, okay.
But it looks cool, cyberpunk and
Yeah.
everything.
I was mentioning it because like Retel and Cassell had no idea what it was, and I was just really surprised that they hadn't heard about it because it's a pretty
was
big deal.
offended
It's like,
that
yeah,
we
it's just
haven't-
like what?
yeah.
It's
I'm
shot in
surprised
our
it took this
city.
long.
It was like the biggest Netflix budget.
Oh, that was shot
You know?
here. Wow.
Yeah, it was
I didn't
here,
know
man.
that.
It was here.
That's awesome.
Vancouver, man.
Vancouver.
It's got like some crazy like like transferring like consciousness and stuff like that. Did you ever play like the game Soma, Bear? Did you ever hear about
I've
this
heard
game?
of someone. I've seen. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
made by the guys who did like the first like Amnesia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just plays with that idea of just like transferring consciousness and stuff, and it really like especially near the end of that game.
Oh, like
holy
Dragon Ball Z
shit.
Fighters, right?
It, no,
Story?
He's,
Captain
I guess
Gid.
so. God damn.
Captain Gin, you dog.
Captain Kid. Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, but the fucking
the
story
actual
right
DBZ
now, man.
story
Yeah.
mode. Yeah. But
Jeez, these guys don't even fucking play the actual story.
dude, I did play
Yeah.
through this. I will say, okay, Dragon Ball FighterZ story mode way too long.
It's really.
They padded out with all these clone fights.
There's a lot of clone fights. It takes a long time to get it going, and I think they were just. It's like almost. Even the Dragon Ball hardcore would probably start getting a little bit tired out with a lot of the
Just like the
talking
original
and
show.
thing. But yeah, it's just. But it's.
like the original, a lot of filler.
Hey, I'm just grateful it's there. Yeah.
Filler.
I mean, it's it's okay, but it's not. It's dark. Honestly, they could have cut it in half and it would have been better. Like no joke.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
got
did.
Android 21 and everything.
Jeez.
Damn, I didn't
That's the
finish
main
it.
reason because I wanted to try her out. And
Nerd.
even though, but I got my team pretty much on lock. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Your team looks solid.
Yeah, right.
How are you feeling about your team? I know you're kind of having some doubts about Hit
Yeah.
still, or like what?
No, I think Hit is amazing. I just
saw
think
your-
he's really hard to play.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Your last video was hype as hell though. Like I was
Kid
watching
Dog?
that,
Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that.
like that last set, that comeback against that Yamcha team.
Yamcha dog. That
Yeah, I'm
Yamcha
talking
But like that,
was good,
you hit
man.
that infinite, you know. Like,
With the
I was
cell,
like,
yeah.
oh, this guy.
I was.
He
I was
hasn't played
having
my Yamcha yet.
fun.
Though.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
You got once you guys run a set after this.
Yeah, dude. The game's really fucking fun, man. It's so much creativity, so much. I don't know, just the polish and the work. But the more I feel like I learn about the game, the more I like it.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot. I can't say that about a lot of fighting games for sure. So feeling good. I want to stay true to Hit because he is like the boxer of the game, and he's really freaking cool in the anime too.
Yeah.
He's an amazing character. So I want to stay honest with him. I just don't know. I think I might have to just put him on another team though,
Right.
because I think that he may need a horizontal assist, something
Right.
that covers full screen, so you can teleport. Right now,
Like Goku.
everything for me is a little bit more locked down right now for my team. So
Who would you replace him with for your current team?
Yeah.
With Cell and Vegeta.
So
Oh, I would probably have to replace Vegeta for like Goku Black or Goku or
Yeah.
someone with something more horizontal. Yeah, because I need
I
that.
mean, like
horizontal
if you took Hit out, who would you add
oh,
to that?
would
Yeah.
add,
Yeah.
yeah. I would play around. It'd be a little hard and definitely very tricky. I play with adult Gohan for sure. Yeah, I'm a big fan. That's
Yeah,
I
like
won't have a
adult
lot
Gohan,
of
too.
ranged coverage, but I think I'd have really crazy corner control and yeah, I'd be very scary in the corner for sure. I feel like. So that'd be something I'd play around with.
I want to see that in the
Stay
next
tuned.
video, the next episode of Road to King Kai.
Maybe
What a dumb name, right? But I was talking to Boris and Gary. They're like the huge Dragon Ball guys. I was thinking, like, should I do something basic that everyone can understand, like Road to Super Saiyan or something like that, And I think it was Gary who mentioned, he's like, dude, you should just do like Road to King Kai because you remember the Snake
The
Way.
Snake
Yeah,
Way,
yeah,
yeah.
Snake Way.
He
I was
spent
like-
how many fucking episodes?
I know. And
yeah.
I was
Snake
thinking, well, I was
Way.
like, damn, that's actually good because that's literally a road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes them so fucking long to get
It's a
through
way.
that.
It makes sense.
It's not a road, dog.
It's a
It's a
way.
way.
It's a way.
That's right. And I remember I was watching Dragon Ball Kai, and they like cut that part down to a lot less episodes because Kai they just like re-edited and
Man, I
polished and
remember like watching that as a kid. It took so fucking long.
I have
Yeah,
DVDs,
man, so many
man.
episodes.
do you have the DVD?
I have the full set. Actually, Chup has my first disc to fourth. I'm not sure if he still has it, but
Damn, dog, you gotta find it because it's really hard to actually find the original like DVDs with a dub that have the Bruce Falconer music. A lot right now, if you buy a lot of the Funimation discs, they have the dub, but they brought it back to the Japanese music, which is great.
I have,
Don't get me
no,
wrong.
I think
but
it has the Bruce Falcon.
yeah, I think the DVDs, the old ones, if you had them, they have it. So like those are pretty legit. The Falconer music's amazing, man. It's so legit.
I just remember the theme for like the Cell games,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Cell's
yeah,
music was so
Cell's
Yeah.
sick.
was legit.
Yeah.
dude.
Goddamn.
All of it was so awesome, man.
Super
Fucking
Saiyan 3 was good.
Vegeta's theme and it was
Yeah,
so
you gotta put another gameplay video up, man. You had that one Sweet 16
I
combo,
know.
but
Yeah,
like,
I
you
saw
gotta
that.
get
That was
on
good. That was
yeah.
really nice.
I got
We gotta see some more,
I got
man.
some brewing, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that Captain Ginyu, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't
I was trying to
feeling.
build a team around.
I am
Captain
feeling that
Ginyu.
Captain Ginyu, man.
Ginyu's the worst, man.
Ginyu, he's hard, man.
Yeah.
He's
I'm more,
hard.
I'm more interested in Nappa than I am Captain.
Really?
Yo,
Ginyu.
Nappa's
Yeah.
Do some
dope as fuck,
Cyberman
man.
setups.
Cyberman.
No. Oh yeah, I've seen in the corner. I've seen some stuff. I don't know. To me, Nappa seems a little bit more interesting. He seems a little bit.
Beams out of his mouth, dog.
I don't. Yo,
Are you
don't
talking
hate on my
about Gotenks?
Captain Ginyu, dog.
Are you talking about Gotenks?
No,
Yeah,
Nappa
Nappa,
shoots a
he's-
beam out of his mouth, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
It's dope.
Oh wait, who's
It's his
your
level
Ginyu team right now?
Well, I haven't posted anything yet, but I was playing around with Ginyu, Vegeta, and then Tien.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's because you just want Tien on your team.
Tien's dope as hell. Dude.
Yeah.
Tien's and then of course the rectangle.
Hey, but Android 16 is looking really good in
Yeah.
this game. It's really funny. A lot of like, a lot of the lore power high level characters don't seem as good as like some
Yeah.
of the weaker, like the Yamcha and
Yamcha.
Android 16 seems really
See,
strong.
people are gonna look at my team and think I'm a tier whore, but I picked those characters before the game was even out. Dude.
Hey, trust me, I think right now the fact I play Hit and Cell, I think Hit and Cell are like top 5 characters.
Really?
Right now, I think so. Yeah, I think Cell is like simple to pick up and he's fucking amazing. But he's my favorite Dragon Ball character. I'm gonna play him regardless. I don't care if they nerf him to shit. And Hit is just like he's really hard to play, but I think the payoff could be there for him. But I think they're both top 5 in the current meta right now.
In the current meta.
Yeah.
I mean,
in
the game's
current
been
meta.
out for a week.
I know.
So
We don't know.
Who knows?
Android 18 is
3 weeks. From now.
scary.
Gotenks is Gotenks playable? He is, right?
Yeah.
Is he good? Like no one's
yeah,
really playing him.
people thought he was gonna be shit in the beta, and then as he came out, people found out setups because there's ways to set up his super. And his
ghost,
super sets up the ghost, and it actually gives you a lot of lockdown, and then you can kind of go in. So he's one of the few characters who can like set up his own lockdown with a assistant and a super, and then he can go in, which is really sick. It's really strong.
There's so many great DBZ characters, man.
Yeah, that's
I know,
the thing.
I know. This game is so good, man. I
They
just
don't have Mr. Satan though. That's
I'm
the
so-
Yeah,
this-
Mr.
I know, that's what I was
Master
saying.
Roshi,
That's
dude,
what I was
Master
saying.
Roshi.
Oh,
I
they
think
don't have Master
Mr.
Roshi.
Satan will be DLC. I'll be
Almost
shocked
certainly,
if
he
Mr.
wasn't.
Satan
He's
doesn't
gotta
come
be,
out.
man.
Yeah.
It's like this
That
is
fro,
vanilla,
man.
man. They gotta save some hype characters for like down the road for us to get excited about. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Are they gonna add Saiyan Man too? Or what?
That's gotta be a costume though.
Yeah, it has to be a
Has to
costume,
be a
for
costume,
adult. That
yeah.
should be a costume for adult Gohan.
Or I mean, they could like they added how many versions of Goku?
That's true.
So I mean,
That's
they
a
I
good
could
feel
point.
like they're gonna
they could
have
make him his own character.
Majin Vegeta in there, man.
Yo, that'd be
Majin
sick.
Vegeta?
Man.
That'd
Majin
be cool.
Vegeta was badass, man.
He's the best
That'd be
Vegeta.
3 Vegetas then in
Yeah.
the game.
And then if they add like a regular Vegeta, that'd be 4.
Well, you don't need a regular. You don't need your
He's-
everyday ordinary Vegeta. Why do you want
With his
that?
pink bad.
That's true.
Bad
That's
man
cool.
shirt.
See, that needs to be a costume
Yeah,
though as well.
yeah,
The
definitely.
GT costume.
Yeah.
There's some things that should
Was
be
that-
costumes. 'cause-
No, that's when he first came to Earth. He had to wear. Like, he didn't have any clothes, so he had like a pink and yellow,
Yeah.
like pink,
Oh,
like button-up
yeah, yeah,
shirt
yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Oh,
fucking
that's
yellow
awesome.
shorts.
Yeah,
I love that. I
that's
love
like
that
what
look.
Billy would wear in real life
with flip flops.
with flip flops.
yeah, the rumor right now, what is it?
there's like a
Broly, and
Yeah.
then there's
Yeah, see, I was surprised that he wasn't. But I guess yeah, he would
He's a
sell.
McGinley.
He would sell as
They gotta make
DLC.
some-
So
They gotta make
Yeah,
some
so
hype
it's
characters
smart, yeah.
DLC. You know what I mean?
Hey, Broly. Who else are they missing?
yeah, no, none of those characters are canon from from
right.
those
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
You
Yo,
know?
Broly's gonna be massive, like in the game. Like he's like huge.
He's a
It's like a
huge
big.
I remember
Yeah.
back
He's
in,
a big boy.
in Budokai.
He was
Really,
gigantic.
He was huge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
true.
dope
Come to
as
think of it, though, there's no one like who takes up the whole screen right now.
No, there's no Abigail.
Yeah, there's no Abigail in the game, or a Hugo, or
There's no Hugo.
a Zangief, or something
Yeah,
like that.
you need.
The only
you
big
need
bodies
Broly.
are like Nappa.
And 16,
16.
maybe, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, 16 looks like a lot of fun.
16 is
yeah.
so fun.
Yeah,
dude.
16 looks
I
amazing.
think he's like
That's what Sonic Fox is. Have you seen Sonic Fox's team?
no.
It's
who's he?
Hit, Android 16, and Goku Black.
Goku Black.
So you got the horizontal
Goku Black's
assist.
crazy good.
But
he looks like he's got some garbage.
Yeah, I know. I
He's
think
got
he's
some
really
cheap
good. He's
shit.
got one of the best down H's too.
Yeah.
But Android 16 has like amazing assist actually to like
He's got a
continue
really good
combos.
assist,
yeah.
yeah.
he can like continue combos like better than
Like that's
anyone
how like
almost.
I would. That's why I like Tien is also. I think Tien's assist is a little underrated because it does like the same thing that Android 16's assist does. It just kind of pops him up in the air. Because it's a beam, but it doesn't like Goku's beam, for instance, shoots the opponent across the stage, whereas Tien's pops him up in the air. So I can use Tien or Android 16's assist to extend Yamcha's combo.
Well, that's cool.
So
yeah.
I don't know. They're like, I don't know. My team's really good. I think it's got a lot of synergy.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's Finland himself.
I know that song.
It's Finland.
Don't
himself.
overextend.
It's just don't overextend.
I know it's such a crazy month, man. Playing Monster Hunter, trying to. I mean, actually,
Yeah.
I started Monster Hunter so late. I had to just be dedicated to the Dragon Ball videos
For sure.
But Monster Hunter is so good, man. The one day I played like a few days ago, I was like, damn, this game. Finally, well, Capcom's always got Monster Hunter right, but this time they really nailed it. You
Is
know?
everything you were hoping it would be?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
uh,
really good.
mean,
I mean,
it's all
there's
been on the grind,
there's a
man.
few. I know. I'm really happy. I'm so happy to see all these people who.
Our boy Jerry's on that grind, man.
Oof.
Jerry, yeah, Boris got it. Boris and
Yeah.
Kimmy were playing it first time playing Monster Hunter. I thought I'd never see them play
Yeah.
Monster Hunter, which is so cool to me because I've always said this, that it was always a series that was so popular in Japan, and just I felt like it never got the respect in the West. And finally, I think after this game, everyone's going to be talking about Monster Hunter. So
Didn't it
it's,
ship like
legit.
5 mil? 5 million,
5 million
units.
units.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Those are huge numbers.
It's just been a week too.
Yeah.
Like just over a week by the time people are listening to this. So
That's crazy. Like, and then Fighters did 2 million, which is really good for a fighting
really
game.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Like really good for
Fighters
a
is
fighting
going to
game.
keep doing better too.
I
I
think
feel
so.
like crazy.
Crazy.
Super
That's great,
crazy,
man.
Crazy,
Damn.
man. But I believe what you were going to say from the top was that his video had a shitload of views, right? Is that what we were getting at?
Oh no,
No? Oh.
but
That was last week.
No, like just,
Guys.
I think that's what
The
started
thing with
the
YouTube is
stuff,
it's all about the
I can't
trends.
remember.
I know.
I don't know where my train of thought was going.
Yeah.
To.
I got lucky that I was able to review the game, and then I got to just fucking make a combo guide. Right? It's all about
Yeah.
YouTube is all about like timing and all this shit. You
That
have to
was
just be
perfect timing,
on the thing. Yeah, and I could have released that video a day earlier too, but I purposely wanted to do it on the day of release because that's when everyone's googling.
Of course,
How to
got
do
that.
this shit.
Got that SEO dog.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's all it is to it, man. It's all luck with YouTube. It's a really weird space. There's so much
Because
competition.
you have a video that it was like just like a tip video and it reached over 100K.
And really, when you think about it, 100,000 views in the grand spectrum of YouTube ain't shit.
No,
That's-
of course
yeah,
not.
right.
Ago,
It's
though.
so,
Remember, this is 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
More now.
No, it could be
1 million
1 million views. But I mean,
'cause
and
half-
for our scale, you know what I mean, or like your scale, even like 100K, that's insane.
yeah.
Our
that's
scale,
Our scale, like
Insane.
100 views.
His-
Yes,
easy peasy, man.
Woo!
100 views, dog.
Yeah, it's been good for my channel for sure. I've been very
We live,
grateful.
baby.
of,
We live.
But well, no, like I said, it's not gonna last. I got a lot of subscribers out of it. I don't think those subscribers are gonna stay around for very long. But
Well, it's,
Well, if you
it's-
keep dishing out videos,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
will stay.
of course,
It's
If
like-
you keep dishing out videos.
Well, that's the thing is
I will.
you
Yeah,
know
look at the
those
camera
types
more.
of videos, those tip videos, that gets them in the door. You know what I
it
mean?
does.
And then for stuff like Monday Night Fights, where it's more intimate, and it's more about our personalities or whatever. That's what they stick around
Listen, it's
for.
all been calculated, man. There was a
Yeah.
reason why Monday Night Fights is being released at the time it's being released. Because if I just dropped that sucker a month ago, nobody would have known. So this is
Calculated.
It's been a
It's
little
all
bit
calculated,
yeah, it's
yeah.
all. It's all
It's all calculated.
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 I was actually at a pizza place. Fuck. This place called Choice Pizza.
Oh, Joyce Pizza is so good,
It's
dude.
really good.
It's
But I didn't know
best
going
by
in
the
there.
slice pizza.
Yeah. And then all the dudes are Afghan in there, man. And they're all just talking shit to each other about like their moms and shit because I can understand them. And like it's really funny.
Of course, they are.
And I was just thinking about halal meat there because I was like, they had all this pepperoni pizza in there, and I'm wondering if these guys are talking about halal meat here quite regularly. But anyways,
It was all halal calculated.
that's why I said halal. Anyways, that's the Dragon Ball craze. These views for me are not gonna last.
Oh, don't be so humble, dog.
No, it's the truth because I know this shit, man. I know it's like, well, Dragon Ball will last a little longer because I think people actually love the game. The biggest and funniest trends on YouTube are fucking NetherRealm games because they
Yeah.
always will be the biggest thing for like a month and a half, and they'll just
They die off
they
the
just
hardest,
die
dude.
off. Yeah, I mean, even your passion for those games in terms of keeping playing them kind of dies.
No, I can't.
So
I
it's,
loved like when Injustice 2 did come out. I loved playing it,
yeah.
but like I think it was a great game. The story mode was like the
That was
best.
good. Isn't it? It's like an 8 for me or 8.5. 8.5. I'd
Just
say.
like I have no like
Yeah.
I
Ninja Turtles
the
and maybe
competitive play is not compelling
Yeah.
to me at all.
you play some Ninja Turtles though.
I will.
watch that video.
You want to watch me play Ninja Turtles now?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Not talking to the mic.
Talking to the mic.
That's my point.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
That's a
I forgot where we were for a second.
reconfirm.
I thought we were just shooting. I thought we were just chilling, dog.
I was just
Yeah,
chilling.
Retel. I
Well,
want to see
we are
Retel
just
do.
chilling.
But anyways, one other thing I want to make. So the little quick tip things is the first time I made guides in like 4 years or something. But at the same time, I was thinking, I was like, man, this is like the first time I wasn't doing all this Let's Play garbage because this is all such passive material. Anytime I even make a Let's Play, I have fun doing it, but I don't feel proud of it.
No, it's
You know what I mean? It's kind of like I just
it's
kind of let
cheap-
something out
cheap
there.
content,
It's just
dude.
cheap ass content. But I was thinking about Retel's channel.
Uh-oh.
Liz, this is the point I'm getting into. I was like, man, Retel should like start making. I don't know about guides because his play is fucking suspect. But he should start making like some, back to like making the theory videos and Pokemon theory videos, making some horror
Most viewed
game.
video, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was a good video. Some horror game analysis, like fucking make some video essays of.
That was a good breakdown video, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Analyzing that Pokemon.
Yo,
one.
I promise you. Let's say Retel did one of those a week. Guarantee you his channel would.
Oh, hell yeah.
Would have like.
That's
Probably.
true. Yeah.
It's a lot of work and it's fucking annoying. Hell, even doing a fucking 3-minute quick tip is fucking annoying.
I was watching editing that, man.
Because of
I was
editing,
like-
but it's that pays off. You feel so much more proud.
Oh, for
of
sure.
it, right?
Like, I'm proud of that Pokemon there because because I was watching some stupid theory videos and I was like, man, I can make a video better than
Of
this.
course.
How many
I know
views
you
you
can.
got on that thing now?
Not a lot. I think it's like 6K or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
good
I
for
guess
the
for you,
scope of
yeah.
my channel.
For your
Yeah.
channel, yeah, that's fucking good.
6,000?
Yeah.
That's like 6,000 times more than
Bear can wipe his ass and put it
Dude.
on video and he will get more views than that.
Who?
You.
You.
6,000? No, dude.
Me.
6,000? No. 6,000 is really. I'm happy if I get 6,000 views, dude. Are you kidding me? No, I get. Look at some of my shit. I get like. I don't know. Not.
Don't watch that shit.
No, it's
No.
because no one likes Street Fighter 5. That's why.
Wow.
Well, I never even made like for the first year when Street Fighter 5 came out. I didn't even make videos.
Dude,
for
he
it.
was
I was gone.
MIA, dude.
Yeah, I was. There was this point in time like for 4 years I released like
That's
10
why your
videos.
fans were like, "This guy can come back."
Yeah, no, it's all.
Well, look,
done
four-
But anyways, that's the point I wanted to get to. I want Retel to do shit like that, and you guys, the top tier audience, you guys should support Retel and do that shit at youtube.com/RetelFactor.
Yes.
But-
all,
This
all
Bear
20 of you.
endorsement.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's good.
Yeah.
I think for him to do that, right?
I think so too.
He'll
Man.
be
That was
content he's
actually
proud
my-
of. 2, he's got a shit ton of knowledge in horror stuff, and horror stuff is so big, man.
It is.
Right now, I do fighting games. You started to do fighting games too because you like them a lot, but it's a fucking tiny market
Oh,
to
it
get
is.
to, right? But
Like,
horror
I still
games.
do a lot of horror stuff. I haven't.
But it's like, get the fuck out of my shit, Retel.
No,
No, I want Retel to do it.
too much competition.
This market is too small, motherfucker.
All 15 of us on YouTube who are making fighting game
Yeah,
content, right?
There's not very many, dude.
I'm not worried. Don't worry. It's a
Damn.
no.
That
no,
shot.
No, that's not how I meant it.
I'm not worried, dog.
Yeah, I ain't worried, son.
Do you look at someone like Maximilian, dog? You think I'll ever like get to that point, dog? That man he is like the God and Jesus Savior for all of us.
You could absolutely get to that level.
If you made videos.
Dude, he's not.
this guy. Where have we got
Do
this
it.
guy?
If you kept at it, you would be Maximilian level.
You would have been
That's true. That's true.
right here.
That's true. I didn't have. I didn't have the
I
work
love
ethic.
Max. I think Max is great. I think he's great for the scene. But
He is, yeah, he's very good. He's very good. You know, it's just there's other people
He's
who are
really
on
like-
top of
yeah.
other scenes that you look at and you're like,
oh,
these
dude,
are shitty
100%.
role models. So Max is a good guy.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
So get on that shit, Retel. Anyways.
Bear,
come
what
on.
do you think about the Nintendo Labo, dog? You got that
Oh, I was actually watching a video on it today. Super crazy, super quirky. It's like the most Nintendo thing I've seen in my life.
But do you think it'll function well? Like, you're playing like piano shit and it's
shit?
just
Like,
like,
what if
making
I
a
press the
key
key a little
again?
Yeah.
just too hard?
I don't know. See that's gonna be like VR. VR is like don't knock it till you try it,
Yeah.
right? So we're gonna know once we actually try
Right.
it. But the one thing that I look at it as, if you look at it as like an investor or something, their risk is probably so low for
Oh,
this
dude,
shit.
it's cardboard.
It's fucking cardboard, right? Like Amazon fucking sends you a cardboard box every fucking day, right? And they're gonna be giving you half of that, and it's probably selling it for like what $5-10. I don't know what the prices are.
Oh, it's expensive, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like for the package, they're like $70 to $80.
Wow.
For like, and they're like
Oh wait,
packs.
does one package like come with like a few
several
things?
pieces? Yeah,
Okay.
like several kits.
It's a little
You know what I
suspect.
mean?
You know the one funny thing is like people are probably gonna start creating their own.
But I think
Like,
they
I
have
don't
like
know. Well,
sensors
no, yeah,
and
they-
shit.
yeah,
on it.
people will
Oh,
definitely
yeah, for
do
sure.
Oh,
Do they have
but-
sensors?
No, they might not.
I don't
though,
think they have
because
sensors.
it's
It's
all just the
cardboard, bro.
Joy-Cons reading the fucking.
Exactly. It's Joy-Con's reading something, and they might be reading like a color or a light strip, which can
Yeah,
easily be
right.
replicated, right?
Which is cool, man.
You can
So-
customize
But you still need to
your
buy the
shit,
software.
man.
It
Dude,
comes
the
with
Chinese
software.
It
market
does,
is
it
going to
does.
be
So you can
does.
color-
booming.
And that's why I think that's what the main price is for. I think it's the
Probably.
software
Probably.
because I think Nintendo's goal is for people to just do their shit,
Yeah.
do their own shit.
Yeah, and buy some fucking Crayola, dog, and color your shit in.
Yeah.
Customize your own shit.
Fucking
But-
Crayola.
Super interested, man. This just shows you the state of mind that Nintendo's in. They're just like in a whole other. They're in a whole other space. Hey, you never know. This could be like the biggest thing.
Oh,
right.
it's-
This could be huge.
No
And
one-
Families will love making those things with their kids.
For
you
sure.
know, like
Oh, yeah, for sure.
it's a big
Exactly.
draw. Yeah.
So I'm
No pun
interested.
intended.
I'm interested, and I want to see
Like
where Nintendo
obviously,
goes.
like I'm not the market for it, but it's like I'm sure there's a lot of people. I mean, it could be a huge hit. You know what I mean? Like no one thought Toys to Life was gonna be a big thing, but it was the biggest thing for like 2 years.
What is this?
Like Skylanders and shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And then Amiibo were huge, and then you can't.
Yo, what the
predict this
fuck
kind
are
of shit.
amiibos, anyways?
They're like
The statues, dog.
little
Yeah, no, but-
figurines that actually have like a they have like a information
yeah,
in them.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can like load shit on
like
them.
the little chip, and then it basically you can have like you have like a toy,
You have one here.
You have like a toy, and then you can scan it into your game, and it will change something in the game.
Scan it.
Yeah.
Is that what I sound like? To you?
Yeah. Is that not what he sounded like just then?
Yeah.
Severance.
And then you can scan it.
All right, this has been the Top Tier Podcast, episode 83.
Yeah, this Mario one is actually really dope though.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's a nice figure.
Yeah. No, a lot of the amiibos are absolutely
It's probably a little
gorgeous,
dusty.
man. Like,
A little dusty, dude.
Dusty, bro.
Look at the groove on his cap.
You know why it's dusty? Because you keep getting dusted, son.
This is the same room that you got Dustin.
Oh,
yeah, jeez, guys are just bringing up bad memories for poor Retel here.
All right, man.
It's all right, man.
But yeah, that's overall thoughts. I don't know if you guys think it's going to be a success. I have no idea, but I'm curious to see where Nintendo Lab ends up.
it's like who they competing with? Nobody. You know what I mean? And it's
Exactly.
a small investment. It's like, yeah, why the fuck? Apparently, their stock went up after like they released it.
No, anything with
revealed it,
like
rather.
something innovative.
Yeah.
Usually their stock will go
Because
up.
I think they're and I
market
also
is-
think the stock is also going up because the risk is so low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they
exactly.
can probably make 1 million of these things and not sell one of them and still be like, oh,
Oh, well.
it's okay. We messed up. It's just cardboard.
I'm pretty sure people will buy it though, like instantly.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
so
it's
too.
Nintendo, so some people will buy it regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
It's crazy fuckers. Next thing I want to talk about. Did you hear about this Xbox Games Pass? Game Pass.
What about it?
So basically, like, they're releasing like a service. It's like it's not expensive either. I think it's like $9.99 a month. I mean, yeah, $9.99 a month, and you get access to pretty much Xbox's entire catalog.
Oh, yeah, I had that for like $1.
Oh, yeah,
But
I remember they had that promo.
they're making it. They're making it now so that even every Xbox exclusive release this year is going to be part of the Game Pass.
Wow.
So like Sea of Thieves and like all their big games that are coming out are going to be included in the Game Pass.
Wow,
Which is kind of insane.
it's insanity. It's still $10 a month.
Yeah, and it's still $10.
So
right, I
what
did
happens
hear
if you don't subscribe to it anymore?
Then you could buy the game just
Okay.
outright.
Yeah.
But if you just pay for this subscription, then you'll be able to play that game as much as you want for the month.
Wow, that's really good.
Wow.
Isn't that
It's
insane?
insane. Yeah, that's a price of 2 games, even less than 2 games here, and you get access to all of the.
They're like every first party exclusive, like you'll have everything that under the Microsoft brand, right?
Damn, that's
So
insane.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
insane. But
Microsoft's also, man, they're just taking some crazy risks. This whole Play Anywhere shit, as cool as it is and as convenient
probably
as it is,
might be
it's
hurting them.
yeah, I think it is hurting them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it
What
is.
does
It's
play?
like,
I mean,
well, pretty much any game they release, like all these exclusives, like Gears of War and Halo 5, you can play them
Forza
on PC.
Horizon, you can play them on PC, on
they're
Windows
all
10.
PC as well and Windows 10 compatible. So they're exclusives, but they're not really exclusives.
I mean,
if
it
that makes
technically
sense.
is if it's Windows.
It's not
It
like
is.
it's on
Because
Steam or
still
anything.
It is,
it's,
but
it's
hey,
on the.
You're
yeah.
really hurting Xbox One sales, right?
That's
There's a lot of
true,
people
yeah.
who look at this and be like, I can play this on my PC. Hell, like we have an Xbox One at home, and I feel like I could play a lot of these games just on PC
Yeah.
instead too.
Like the
So,
cool thing
I don't
that
know.
for me I like about it is like say like I have a gaming PC, right? So I could be playing Forza Horizon 3 on my PC and it looks
know.
amazing. Then I'm just like, I'm gonna go chill in the living room. I can go and pick it up and start playing it on the couch.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Listen.
But
For
it's
us
like-
gamers,
Yeah.
it's a total win.
Yeah,
It's amazing for us. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I just think in terms of for them, it's really generous and
Yeah,
really
it is.
almost risky from like a marketing and selling perspective.
for sure.
I mean, you think Bill Gates really cares?
Well,
Yeah,
they still
that's
want to
true.
make.
They still want to make
Yeah.
money. I mean, because
For the stock
when
holders,
360 dropped, they were the first people to put only on Xbox, only on this, only like they were the first ones to actually add that. They were always talking about exclusives. It was bang, 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 like only these games you can only play on
the
this system.
N64 had that shit.
Yeah, dude.
That's true,
Nintendo.
but like I felt like Xbox was pushing it like the most
Yeah.
over anything. I'm sure. I think even there was another system that had it too before, but
I'm sure.
yeah, but it was just I remember Xbox pushing that the most, and PlayStation 3 in the first few generations they never used to have exclusives on it. Eventually,
Right.
later on, at around 2009-10, they started to do that. But it's kind of weird how much their mind frame has changed. They're very
We play only on Xbox. Well, now you
Yeah.
can play anywhere. It's
Yeah.
like it's almost like the polar
Yeah.
opposite. But this Games Pass thing is pretty freaking insane, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like I almost understand where they're coming from though, because if you look at like the first party lineup for them, they got jack shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They got like what Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3 maybe. But it's
Maybe
like,
we don't even know.
it's like go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they can't compete with like the shit PS4 has coming out. You know what I mean? So
they
it's
really
like,
put themselves in a bubble, Microsoft,
Yeah.
because their biggest games were shooters, and the shooter market was getting so saturated around 2009
Oh yeah.
that like games like Halo and everything, I still love those games,
Yeah.
but they started to become kind of the more stale and the more kind of left behind games, while Call of Duty and stuff was the mainstream pinnacle to kind of look at. So it was really hard for them because they tried with games like Alan Wake, they've tried with Fable, they've tried with
I like
Alan even
Wake.
Banjo Kazooie. They've tried, and they just were not able to really get like 9 out of 10 games with those.
Yeah.
And it was really difficult. Like Fable had a really rocky lifespan, which is
The
really
Fable
sad.
one,
It's
and then
really
I
sad,
liked
yeah.
2 a lot, and then after that it was just all downhill.
I did enjoy 2. 2 wasn't as good as 1 still.
No, I don't
but
think
it was
so either.
still 3
It was
was
still
just the
good.
biggest shit
Bad.
show I've ever seen in my life.
Why was
Yeah.
that 3 bad? I never actually played
It's
Fable.
just there's a whole video on it actually. I think Angry Joe actually has a pretty good.
Dude, I
review
can't
on it,
remember.
too.
It's like the least memorable game.
Yeah,
I think I started it, I played it for a bit, and I never finished it. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
They screwed
Yeah.
it.
So it's kind of sad. It's really sad for Microsoft, and Halo's not doing well now. Like doing really poorly. Sad.
But it's like, do you think like with the Xbox, the Game Pass, is that like, it's almost like a Netflix for video games. You know what I mean?
I think that's what they're trying to
Is
get.
that like the future? You know what I mean?
I wonder.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I don't know. I don't think Sony's saying that it's the future.
No.
They're selling so well right now with their games. I don't think they'd want to go into that. They'd lose so much money,
For sure.
right? And a company like Sony has so many exclusives and so many third-party companies they're working with, right? Like, you just think about their lineup, right? With Last Guardian and Days Gone and Spider-Man, Last of
Yeah,
Us
yeah.
2.
It's crazy.
Uncharted
and
4
that's why
Horizon.
it's
just,
like Xbox can't compete with
It's
the
really
first party.
hard.
So it's like, what can they do? Well, they can offer this cool service.
Yeah, and
So
the
that's-
service
that's
makes
kinda
sense for now.
Yeah.
I'm just really concerned of when the next Halo comes out, or maybe if Microsoft does start.
They
kind
need
of-
something.
Yeah, because $10 a month is cheap, man. That's cheap
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that. Like, man, you pay like $120 for a special edition of a certain game sometimes.
It's crazy, dude.
right? So having an access to
That's a tenth
everything.
of it, man. That's a
Yeah.
tenth of it.
But
nice.
yeah, I mean, like when one of those games comes out, like what's to stop people from being like, oh, I'll just pay for Game Pass this 1 month, and then I'll play the game that I want, and then I'll just fucking
Just
cancel.
it. Yeah.
That's gonna happen a lot.
Super
but-
interesting. I can't believe that. But hey, good on Microsoft. I'm rooting for them more than anyone, to be honest with you.
A market needs competition. You
Of
can't
course.
For sure.
need it
Yeah.
So
to
like,
thrive.
yeah, it's good that they're doing something and something
Mm-hmm.
different, rocking the boat a little bit.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean?
You
I
have
don't
to.
want one.
They gotta try
person to
some.
stay.
Exactly.
I know.
They're a good company.
They are.
They're a good company. They don't nam scam as much as a lot of other companies today do. So I kind of respect that.
It's time for some Bucket Barnes.
Oh shit!
Let Beruti draw. He didn't get to draw
Oh
last
yeah, Bear
week.
didn't get to draw Bucket Barnes.
Never fucking get the draw, man. I always get screwed.
You always draw from the actual fight thing.
What is this shit, man?
It's not my writing.
What superpower do you want?
That was such a basic
I
question.
know.
dude.
That's you. You wrote that shit.
Did you write this shit, Retel? God damn it!
What superpower do you want?
Oh, that's tough.
That's a rough one, right?
If you could just pick one, you leaning way far back, pondering and shit.
Pondering. You gotta ponder. You gotta ponder.
You
Honestly,
you
like
ponder.
something as simple as being able to fly would be the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, for me, like I used to think that too, but for me, I think it's just like teleportation. Just,
Teleportation.
Yeah.
just like let me just get to where I need to be.
That's true. That'd be amazing.
But I mean, flying would be dope as
But
hell
sometimes
too.
the
like,
journey is more fun than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
kind of
The
person
journey
are
is
you? You a
more fun.
teleportation kind of person, or a
but
flight?
let's say there are times we just want to go home, you know,
Yeah.
just like, or you
I
just
mean,
want
dude,
to
if I
go
was-
somewhere, and it's just like let's just.
But if
That's
you're
true.
like,
But then I could teleport somewhere around the world. Then I'm, then I'm there and I'm chilling. Cause like I hate flying, man.
Oh yeah.
I
I
do.
hate
Oh, yeah,
going to the
me too.
airport. I hate
But it's
flying.
like, can you take someone with you?
Hell yeah, Nightcrawler can.
Yeah,
But
So
can
is
you go
Goku,
only
man.
somewhere you can see though, or are you like jumper or some shit?
That's jumper, baby. Jumper. So let's make
Yeah,
it the most
that's-
convenient. Like if I had to choose, and if it was like if I get to customize this shit, hell yeah,
Yeah.
if I can go anywhere I want, take anyone I want.
yeah, that'd be a cool one. Teleportation. Flying would just be a cool experience. Can you imagine
It
just
would
being
be
able to?
really cool. Yeah, just in the
It
sky
would
and
still take
shit.
a damn while to get to your destination, though. Depending on how fast you fly, I don't know what the rules are here.
Got all these bugs in your teeth and shit.
Yeah, that's what would happen actually if you were to fly. Probably.
It depends on what altitude, I guess. If you go high up there, you're probably good. But you fly
Should
through
definitely wear some goggles and
you
shit.
fly through the cloud, you're all like wet and shit after.
It's definitely gonna be cold up there. You know, like
yeah,
you
be
gotta
fucking
wear
cold,
a
man.
You get
down ass
You
jacket,
get chapped nips up there, dude.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, if I get struck by lightning too, maybe it's not sounding. Maybe it's not sounding so good anymore, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Because I mean,
precautionary.
like out of every other superpower, like what? That's teleportation is gonna be like the most practical.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
I
Need
wish
to be,
I could throw
don't-
fireballs,
I don't
man.
need to
That'd
be
be cool,
super
too.
strong. Like okay, like what are you gonna do if you could throw fireballs?
Fucking light shit off fire. What is he gonna do?
That's true.
It's like
They're just
Some
cool
people
down.
who really love the
Party
idea of
tricks, dude.
party tricks. I supplemented.
Yeah,
that's
y'all
pretty
cold?
Let me heat that up for you real quick.
There's a lot of people who love the idea of invisibility. I know
Those are
that.
You
just
can get up to
creepers,
some
that's why.
shenanigans.
Just creepy shit.
Yeah, because you can just real be a
Oh,
scumbag.
man.
Walk into a bank real
I'd
quick.
rather be a telepath, man. Just know everything.
Oh, like
Oh,
Charles.
No, I don't think you want to know that.
Why not?
You don't want to know what people think.
Yeah,
I do, though.
I
I
don't
kinda-
know. I just think
You can turn it on and
was it
off, though.
Heroes? There was in Heroes. There was the dude who had the reading powers or whatever the hell it is.
Ain't nobody
You probably
watched
would just.
Heroes.
You'd probably just. I don't know. You just always hear people's bad intentions.
No,
and
but
bad
you can
thoughts.
turn it on and off,
You know, all
I
you would
know.
hear, Billy, is like, I gotta take a shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It'd be like, oh, fuck
though. But
this
you can dig into
Chinese
their
guy.
minds, though. You
That's
know
true,
exactly
yeah.
what's it called.
You'll be sitting there like this, and then there's, what's this Chinese guy doing with his fingers, dude?
Why is he looking at me like that?
Yeah, just like looking at having a conversation with someone, look into their mind, and they're thinking, "Damn, this guy's ugly as fuck." Yeah,
But then
just
you
like-
know. But then you'll know, right? How the
Yeah.
person thinks of you. and stuff.
That's true.
I just like to
I would
know
not want to. I
things.
would not want
Yeah.
that. Hell no, dude. All right, next question.
That'd be a rough one. That'd be a rough
What are
one.
you talking about, man? That's good. All the secrets of the world.
That's
Pick,
true.
pick a good one, dude. None of this superpower shit.
You wrote that fucking shit, man.
What movie have you seen the most times?
Ooh.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say Rush Hour 1 or 2.
I knew you were gonna say
one of
Rush
those
Hour.
two.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't know which one.
I would
but
say this. I would say the same, but I'm gonna switch it up too. 50 First Dates. I watched quite a bit.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I love that movie, dude.
Yeah.
Especially because I love
Next,
Hawaii.
next to Rush Hour 1 and 2 because I watched that shit fucking every single. If I had the DVDs, I watched it like every single day at one point.
Mine's a little rough, dude.
It's a good movie.
It's fucking good.
Mortal Kombat, the movie.
Oh,
dog.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Mortal
watched that
Kombat's
a
up
lot.
there for
for
That's
sure,
right, I'd
too.
say
There's
that's
like a
up
handful of movies that
That's
are
up there in
for
the
me.
50s, I think. Of how
Damn,
much times I've
okay.
watched it.
Like Mortal Kombat's up there. I think when I was a kid, like I used to watch movies all the time, and I would just rewatch the same ones.
Yeah.
I'd rewatch The Lion King all the fucking time.
That's true. Lion
I
King.
love Lion
yeah,
King.
Goofy movie I used to watch. I
Oh,
remember
Goofy movies are the
yeah.
fucking best, man.
fucking Beverly Hills Ninja. I remember
Oh,
one,
yeah,
dude.
one time I had
Yeah,
the,
I got
the-
that on DVD.
I had
Yeah.
that on VHS.
I had the
as a kid,
VHS of that. I remember one time, dude.
Oh.
There was like a 2-week span where I just watched that movie every day, and I was like, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
Dude, that movie's
every
hype as
day.
hell.
Yeah, and I
Beverly
loved
Hills.
it.
We should watch that movie.
Oh, dude, I'd love to.
Good,
I
man.
kind of want to
Enjoyed
watch
it.
it.
Dude, it has Robin Shue.
Yeah,
Robin
yeah.
Shue.
Oh, exclusively
Got
Robin
Sub-Zero
Shue
in
movies.
it.
Sub-Zero, wasn't it, man?
I think the actor's name was Keith Cook. Like the actor who plays Reptile in the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
was one of the.
The henchman.
Of course he
henchmen.
was.
Yeah. So.
Chris Rock was in it.
Yeah, man.
my God.
Chasing chickens.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm gonna download that when I get home.
Devin's gonna watch that shit.
I think if Shaun of the Dead is up there for me as well. And I think when I was a kid, I used to watch the Ninja Turtle movies all the time. Like I had
yeah.
those on VHS,
True.
1 and 2. I
What
didn't
about
have
the
third
past
one.
5 years?
Past 5 years?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because we don't have as much time.
No.
I don't know if I
Probably
rewatch movies
seen-
much lately.
I've seen Empire Strikes Back, and just probably the original trilogy for Star Wars.
Oh,
the
I've seen
most throughout
Superbad a
the-
million times as well.
In the past 5 years, I've watched
yeah.
it every year at least once or twice.
I watched Inception quite a bit for the past I don't know what.
Oh, really?
Like, the last year I at least watched it like 7 times
Oh shit!
because I just put it on and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't
you
know
know
why
what?
I'm watching this movie.
It's not because I've watched it, but because my girlfriend always has it on, man.
Moana?
Star Trek Into Darkness.
There's no
I don't even
semicolons.
like that
Did she really
Star-
like that movie?
She
Trek
loves
Into
that
Darkness.
movie.
Wasn't Into Darkness kind of shit?
Is the one with
was the
Benedict
second one, right?
Cumberbatch, yeah.
Okay, it wasn't as
That one wasn't
bad.
bad. No, that one wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
it wasn't
The first one
great,
was better
though.
for
I'm just
sure.
not
First
a
one's way
fan of the
better.
Star Trek
Con.
movies.
Yeah, I remember when the first JJ Star Wars movie came out. I was like, damn, this was really fun.
Star Trek.
A lot of Star
Star
Trek
Trek was good. Man,
fans.
with Eric Bana, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Chris.
What was the
Hemsworth.
last one called?
Yeah,
He wasn't.
The last one was Beyond.
Beyond. That was the
Star Trek
worst
Beyond.
one.
That was
that
the
was
worst one.
it was not good. Simon Pegg, come on, man.
What happened?
Because Simon Pegg wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, it's not
JJ
his
never
genre,
came
dude.
back
I like
to
Simon
that.
Pegg, but
It's a JJ curse, man. He always does a good first movie and then
then he
hands it off.
balances. Fuck this shit.
Peace, Doug.
What was yours, Billy? Inception?
Inception. I watched it like I said 7 times last year.
Damn, dude. Why so many?
I don't know. I just like wanted to watch it every time. Well, sometimes when Dad is at work, I'm like, I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm like, I kind of want to watch Inception again.
It's another
Like,
one I watch a lot. I've watched The Watchmen several times in the past 5 years.
Nice.
I
Did
have
you
it on
watch like
Blu-ray.
the full uncut?
Yeah, because I
Right,
have the
so-
Blu-ray, the full thing,
Nice.
and it's great. I don't know, something about watching the Blu-ray. It's so much better than streaming. It looks so much better.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
because
of
the
course.
bit rate, man.
And
The
it looks
of course.
fucking amazing. And so I put it on like from time to time. It's a good one.
Well, that's why on Netflix, my brother watch 4K through Netflix, but we don't have a 4K player because the fucking PlayStation Pro can't read 4K Blu-rays, which is the
ridiculous,
dumbest
man.
thing
It's
ever.
ridiculous.
So we were always wondering, like,
That's
man,
whack as hell.
we'd love to see a real 4K, like off of a Blu-ray with like the highest bit
Oh,
rate.
the Xbox. Was that?
The Xbox One S and the One X
It's
can
ridiculous
do it too.
that
Yeah,
they
the fact
do
that the One S can do it,
The
is,
entry
like,
level version.
All right, I forgot. I knew that actually. I forgot about that though.
crazy
How about you, Lou?
shit.
What was the one for you?
I don't
in
know.
The past 5 years?
I don't know. To be honest,
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, dude, I watched Happy Gilmore a lot.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh yeah.
Big Daddy.
All these
Big
Sandler
Daddy.
flicks, dude.
Big Daddy was a
Sal was amazing back in the day.
Oh, 90s Sandler. Best Sandler.
Dude, fucking the Meyerowitz stories is really good.
Which one?
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, like his latest film.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. It's a
Like, 'cause
Netflix
he had like that
original.
6-film Netflix deal, right?
Yes, something like that. But like there's one like it was with Ben Stiller and Dustin Hoffman
Oh really?
is in it. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
It's like a dramedy.
Okay.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I
It's
like
really
I
good.
like some of Adam Sandler's more serious
Yeah,
movies.
yeah. This one's really good.
Okay.
Okay.
I
interesting.
recommend.
Interesting.
All right.
Woo! That's a good question. actually.
Aladdin.
I really like that because that's that's
So,
a favorite movie. Sometimes will have a special place in your heart. You know what I mean? So just rewatching movies definitely leaves that.
Actually, no, it was.
Imprint
I think for me it was Force Awakens. Actually,
Force Awakens.
I watched
yeah.
that a lot, and when it came out on Netflix, I watched it a bunch too.
Yeah, I watched Force Awakens like 4 or 5 times in total. Not that much,
I watched
but
it twice.
I did rewatch Force Awakens, and I think Force Awakens, we talked about it before, it's going to be more rewatchable than The Last Jedi. I think.
Who is your man crush?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Oh, Chris Pratt's pretty good. Ryan Gosling, dude.
Yeah, so Ryan
Goss.
the
Yeah,
Goss,
Gosling's pretty good. Why?
the Goss, the Gyllenhaal.
Uh,
One of those two for me.
Chris Pratt. Fat Pratt.
Fat Pratt.
Fat Pratt.
Fat Pratt, yeah.
I love Terry Crews, man.
Cruise.
Not because like the whole buffness thing.
You
he's
like
such a
his
good.
body, dude?
I do like his body. He has a sexy ass body, but he's just a good dude, man. He's just a genuine, and he's been through a lot, and just to know that he was a dude who like failed so much and got kicked off a football team, everything. That's why I like Terry.
Okay.
I've always yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
That was a quick one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised everyone had such a quick go-to answer.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a
You
question
know,
that I
man.
feel like I've answered before.
Really?
Yeah.
Worst traveling experience. Well, I've always had a good time when we traveled.
I just hate waiting at airports.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one time, like, I went to Cuba. Cuba was great. I loved Cuba. But my flight back, we flew with this airline called Sunwing Airlines, because they're like the only people who flew
Yeah,
to Cuba
yeah.
out of Vancouver.
Yeah.
And something happened with our plane, and that like something to do with like the air pressure in the cabin. They couldn't get it, like the part wasn't working properly. And so we're literally stuck at this airport in Cuba for like several hours, and they didn't say anything. We had no idea what was going on. I had to work the next morning. I was pissed. And we were just like stuck there for so long. The worst part was the lack of communication. So we finally get on. And so, okay, even with our jank ass like air pressure in the cabin, we could fly, but we could only fly at half altitude. So that means you go way slower.
Oh man.
So we're on this plane, and so we had to fly, and it took way longer. But the thing is, we didn't have enough fuel to get to Vancouver, so we had to stop in Edmonton, and then we were in Edmonton for a couple hours, and it was just the worst. It was just like one thing after another. I'm just like, fuck. I just like the flight from Cuba to Edmonton, flying at half altitude, took a long fucking time.
Crazy. That's insane.
That's
Holy-
far, man.
I
fucking
love
far.
fucking. I was
Yeah.
so angry the whole time too.
It's crazy how much difference it makes, even the wind direction when you're flying
Yeah.
from Toronto to Vancouver and from Toronto to Vancouver. Like it literally saves you like an hour and a half in a 3-hour flight. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's how much difference small things like that make. So can't imagine that sucks, dude, from
And-
Cuba.
And that was probably the worst experience. And just I had to go into work. Like we were supposed to. It was supposed to line up so that like I would be back in Vancouver by like midnight or something like that. Then I'd have to work the next morning. Not that bad, doable. But we ended up landing at like 10 a.m. and I had to go straight into work.
Shit.
And
You tell your boss.
yeah, but like there was shit to do, man. It's business.
Yep.
So that's probably my worst experience.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad.
that's pretty
was
bad.
bad.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, waiting at airports is the worst, but
It is, yeah.
that's the
Late
only
flights.
thing. Usually, I have a good time in at all my traveling experiences.
Bear,
trying-
you got nothing?
It's okay. Our flight to
No.
LA is just one stop.
I mean, I've been to on quite a few. You know what? Probably Canada Cup one time when I had to stay late for commentary, and I was trying to because I'd work the next day.
Oh, shit.
Fucking ended up missing a flight. That was the first and only time. That was a shitty experience.
So what happens if you miss a flight?
Thankfully, I was lucky. Thankfully, there's a lot of flights from Toronto to Vancouver, so
Yeah.
I just had to wait an hour and a half. But we had to pay just a little bit of a change, so not a little bit. It was like $150 or something.
Did I ever tell you guys I missed our flight to go to Disney World just in December?
Really?
I didn't tell you guys this
You
story.
didn't tell us
No,
this, dude. It's really embarrassing missing it, but this one, like, the mine was fucking work. I want to hear your fucking excuse because this is some crazy
Dude,
shit.
no, it wasn't my fault though.
Oh, okay.
So because we didn't miss our like first flight. We missed our connection.
Oh yeah, that's not your fault. Yeah.
So and so this is what happened. So we flew out and it was like mid-December, right? And December in Vancouver, and then we flew. So basically, our flight plan was this: we would go from Vancouver down to Seattle, 30-minute flight, and then from Seattle to Orlando, straight, and it was like 6 hours or some shit like that, or 5 hours, or something.
pretty good,
some
though.
That's not
garbage.
bad.
really easy.
Yeah.
Like 5.5 hours. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. But I was a little worried that okay, our flight from Vancouver to Seattle and then there is a 45-minute connection. So I'm just like, ooh, it's a little tight, but we're just
I've
going
done
from
that
Vancouver to Seattle. Room for error probably very low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sure enough, it's foggy as fuck.
Oh.
So our flight was delayed by about 15 minutes. So I'm just like, okay, 30-minute connection. It's not that bad. We'll be okay. And so we fly. we fly 30 minutes. It's literally just up and down.
Yeah.
And so we're going down into Seattle, and we start to descend. But like, if I were to look out the window at this point, I can't see jack shit. It's foggy as fuck.
Damn.
And so the plane went back up, and I'm just like, so I could tell when we're descending. I was like, all right, we're about to land. And then as soon as we went back up, I'm just like, no, because I knew. I'm just like, oh, we're fucked for our
All those
connection.
flights from Vancouver to Orlando suck because I remember when I went for my event for work, fucking we had to run to the other side of the airport. I forgot what airport it was, but it's somewhere mid US. I don't even remember. But fuck, we just
Houston.
had to sprint.
Was it Houston?
No, I know it wasn't Houston. I
And
would
so-
have remembered Houston.
Okay, so
yeah.
we're
I can't remember where I
circling.
am.
That's
I
what
can't
happened
remember
last
where I
time.
stopped, too.
Mine was mine was
Dallas?
bad. Mine was it was San Fran to Houston to Orlando.
Shit, that's a lot.
That's a lot, man. And we.
Oh, that's a lot of
day.
I
connections.
think
dude.
I had like 2 also. I can't remember where.
It's the cheapest
fuck it
way
was,
to do
though.
it, but
Yeah.
it's fucking
It's
so.
sometimes it's worth just to pay a little bit extra.
Yeah,
Just
well, that was
for
before. I
direct
was like,
flights.
my parents took care of that. I'm like,
Oh,
well,
okay.
my parents' friends because we went with a family trip, right? So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, fuck.
Cheapest price possible, dog.
The cruise was good though. That was my first cruise.
And so we're in Seattle, literally flying, circling the airport, and we were up there for like 25 minutes, and we had such a tight connection already. We finally end up landing, and I swear it was just as foggy as it was before, but whatever. They just manned up and they did it, and so we landed and we start everyone, and the lady comes on and she's like, please everyone remain seated. We got a couple people, because we were the only people making connections. There was like another couple as well. And, let the people with connections go first. But as soon as the air thing, everyone fucking stands. As soon as the seatbelt light goes off, everyone gets up, getting their fucking luggage.
Oh, I hate that, man.
I was like, you
Fuck.
motherfuckers. I was so pissed. And sure enough, we're at like the back of the fucking plane. I was so choked. And so we end up getting off, and I get my carry-on, whatever. And of course, the gate for our connection is like other side of the airport. And I'm looking at the time, and it's like we're departing like right now. Gates are like it's closing. The doors are closing like right now.
And just walk.
Did you have to pay for?
And so I ran because we talked to because we were flying. It was
WestJet?
United.
Oh, United. No one got. You didn't get beat.
Or no, Alaska. We're
okay,
flying
yeah.
Alaska, and so like the Alaska. Okay, we'll call the gate agent.
He's not Asian, man.
We'll call the gate agent. Let you guys know that you'll be there in like a couple minutes, and they'll try to hold the door for you. and so I'm booking it through this fucking airport, knocking people over and shit. Well, not really, and then Chriselle, she's coming along too, and we get to the gate, and literally. They just shut the doors, and they're like, we're not allowed to. Once the doors are closed, they can't open them again. It's over. And I missed it. I'm just like, fuck. I was so mad. But you know what? Luckily, like Alaska, like the customer service, they were really good because it wasn't our fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we weren't the ones. It's not our fault that we missed our connection. So they actually moved us over to United, and they put us on a United flight to Chicago, and then from Chicago.
Yeah.
To Orlando.
So you have to do another connector.
So we had to do another connection.
Did they beat some Asians to give you the seats?
Yeah.
That is exactly what
They
happened.
dragged some Asians. They dragged some Asians out
Damn,
of there.
that's crazy. That's
Asian doctors, man.
Well, thankfully you made it all safe and everything worked out.
We
but
made
that must
it
have been
and
such a
It was
a mess.
it was like when as soon as we missed the flight and the gate closed and all that shit,
Yeah.
and then we had to go and stand in line at customer service. I was fuming, dude. I was so pissed off.
Oh yeah, of course. Who
But
wouldn't
it's
be?
like, what can you do, man?
Yeah,
It was completely out of our control.
So how late were you like from the time that you were supposed to be getting
like
doing that?
I think boarding because it was a red eye flight.
Yeah.
Boarding was at like I think it was like 9:45, and I got and then departure was at like 9:30 or 9:20 or something like that, and we got to the gate at like 9:15. So like it was departing at like 9:20. We got to the gate at like 9:15.
Yeah, it's brutal.
damn.
and
That
it's
sucks.
gates were closed. They can't let you back on because the thing's already like detached.
Yeah.
So, it was a situation. We dealt with it, and it ended up working out. We ended up only arriving a couple hours later, so it didn't really matter.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was mine.
Well, shit.
Me again?
Was that yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's you.
Oh fuck! It's me.
Retel forgetting about
We'll
himself.
do
This
one more.
guy.
We'll do one more.
One more,
Last
ladies.
one.
Retel's gonna be about chose.
No, fuck this shit.
Did you write that one?
Yeah.
He said that like 2 questions ago too. I heard him under his breath.
I just got the same one.
It's meant to be, man.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta pull them
Fuck
out,
that
dog.
shit, and then he like throws it back in.
Oh, this is a Lou question.
Oh shit!
I don't even remember what I wrote earlier.
Last one was good though. Moisturized.
Have you ever been to the Philippines? Is that a Lou question?
That's a Lou question. nice Filipino accent, dog. I like it.
Yeah, that was the high pitch.
Which pop culture character would the person on your right be?
Charlie Day.
We already had like a question just like this, dude.
I didn't know we were gonna get on the same fucking day, dude. It's
That was
not
last-
just like that one.
Last
It's a
episode.
different
This is pop culture.
pop culture.
But pop culture is like because Bear, were you here for casting? Yeah, you were casting the top tier podcast in the movie.
Well, he wasn't. I don't think I was.
Oh,
He was.
Well, no, I was here.
He
for
was
it.
here, Luis
Yeah.
Guzman and
Luis Guzman.
Danny Putty.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's just the end of it. Yeah.
We're talking about pop culture, like character,
Okay.
anything,
Oh, character.
anything. I
Just like
can't-
anyone
character.
from animes, movies.
Anything, yeah, anything. The person to your right, who would you name them as?
So it has to be a character, so not an actor. So it's a character.
Whatever. Anything from pop culture. Okay, anyone.
Ken Jeong.
I mean, pop culture is the same thing as last
I
time.
know.
Character?
Beirut would be Q from Third Strike. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Was it cute like a pedophile or some shit? Damn, dude.
He's chasing that girl that Necro's with all the time.
Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
Damn.
Relax.
Guys, you're killing me. I don't know. This is a hard one.
It's a hard one.
I think
For sure.
Be Groot. He's tall as hell.
Because he's tall. That's it.
Damn.
No, I'm kidding. No, I guess.
Billy would probably be like Kiss came from like Initial D or some shit, dog.
Yo, I'll be hype, man.
Yo, you got it.
Well, yeah.
I wish.
Billy, who would I be, dog?
Yo, Behr Rudy is a pop culture icon, dog.
He has a YouTube sensation.
So is Retel back.
I don't know, Tom DeLonge, maybe?
Tom. I gotta take that fucking picture down, dude.
Oh.
Tom DeLonge. He's hunting UFOs and shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would do that.
Boris says that Retel reminds you of Paul Rudd or someone like
Paul
that.
Rudd? I'll accept that.
No,
No way,
think,
dude.
What?
He doesn't.
No,
he
not
doesn't
Paul
accept-
Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
No,
Come
Charlie
on.
Day,
anything Charlie Day plays. The guy from
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. Yeah, Ben Stiller's a good
Ben
one.
Stiller, Charlie Day
It's very
mix.
Come on.
Paul Rudd, no.
Come on, Paul Rudd.
No. You Ben Affleck, dog.
Yeah.
You what? You Ben Affleck.
When Retel was younger, though, he resembled Ben Affleck a little bit more, too.
How so?
I don't know.
Elaborate,
So
please.
maybe he's a clean shaven or something like that. I don't remember. Retel was a different man.
I was a different
yeah.
boy back then.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, it's people. You answer that question for us, because
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
That's
Yeah.
true. I want to hear people's.
on a Discord as well, if you want.
On the Discord.
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day.
Yo, I'm not even invited to the Discord.
What?
Let's do one more.
One more. That was a quick one. Derailed fast.
That's so funny.
It's too similar to our last question.
What do you waste the most money on?
Food. But it's not waste if I eat it.
If I eat it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, could you be like, do you like eat out too much, or like you could be saving money by eating at home? That would
Yeah.
be kind of like wasting money, right?
Well, it's not wasting because I'm eating it.
I do eat out a lot more
Yeah.
than I would
Me
like
too.
to. That's a pretty general one.
Shoes.
I think so. I think
Not anymore,
everyone,
though.
I think everyone could kind of almost, in our generation, could agree with that.
Yeah,
Because
it's
there's so
true.
many times where you can just eat at home and you've got ingredients, and it takes your ass 15 minutes to cook something good, but you're like still
But,
craving
But you
something.
gotta wash the dishes and everything.
I know.
Uh, It's the dishes, the cleanup, dog.
Cleanup
Well,
does
I need
suck.
some disposable shit. I'm just- no, I'm definitely trying to cook at home more. You spend so much fucking money just like ordering out all the time.
We're probably gonna go out to eat after this.
Let's go grab some chicken. after
Yeah,
this.
I kind of want some.
Back in the day when I played League, the ride points, man. I spent.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah. That's
I spent
amazing.
too
That's a
much on
good
ride
point.
points.
That's a really good one.
Ride
But
points.
the game is so
Never-
free though.
But just me for it's just like games in general.
Oh yeah.
I spend a lot on games.
You have all games, man.
I do.
Things been good though. We got that.
And if you get the
that
Xbox
game
pass,
share, dog.
Oh yeah, Bear's been hooking me up. Getting those free early copies of games
Yeah,
and shit.
once in a while, not always.
hey, when you
but
get
Always.
NBA though,
I got you, Billy. Don't worry.
I got that shit. I didn't pay for this.
I'm surprised you don't have 2K18 right now.
I'm a little cheap right now. So I'm like,
He's got his wedding to save for, dog.
Yeah, he's playing actually a lot of games. He was talking to me about Kingdom Hearts, and you just beat FF15.
Yeah.
But he doesn't play games.
Yeah, but he doesn't play games. That's right,
He
Billy.
doesn't play.
I
He's
play
on
them
that
all the time.
P5 grind.
yeah, I'm on P5 right now. man.
games.
But he doesn't play games.
I don't play
He doesn't
games,
play
man.
games. But he
That's
picked
good. I think
up
Billy's
Dragon Ball
playing now more
FighterZ.
because his soon-to-be wife. You're not always with her sometimes, right?
Yeah, she's
Depending
at
on-
work,
Depending
yeah.
on when she's working, so you have a lot of time to yourself and to play games. So
Yeah.
that's why I think Billy's been playing more.
You have the place to yourself, Billy.
Oh, no, we got the place to ourselves.
Yeah.
You guys don't know.
Hentai.
And
Hentai,
Tomcat?
hentai session 9000.
He spends a lot of money on hentai. He needs to own that physical copy.
needs to get it signed by the original
Voice
creators
actors.
and
The
then
voice
voice
actors, the animators.
especially the dudes.
Hell yeah.
Billy used to like order anime and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You still do that? Or is it easy
I
just
don't
to
think it's a
stream shit
waste.
these
Yeah,
days?
now it's easier.
I don't think it's a waste at all. No,
It's not.
animes you love, dude, you should totally get.
Like I own like a handful of animes, but they're all like ones that I like really love.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I have Lovely Complex on DVD. huh?
Lovely Complex, so good.
So good.
I got all like Beck Mongolian Chop Squad.
Yeah, that's a really.
So
that's like my
good.
favorite
That's
dub
really
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the dub for it is really good.
Yeah, the sub
Yeah,
is.
there's some good dubs, dude. We were watching Funimation has Desert Punk, which we
Yeah.
talked about before.
Desert Punk is so
Desert
good on
Punk
dub.
is so funny, dude. The
Great
ending.
Teacher on Azuko's amazing.
GTO, yeah.
Oh god, there has been a lot of good
It's
dubs.
true.
You know, like a lot of.
There's a
really
lot
good
of
ones.
bad dubs
There's
too.
a lot
Oh,
of
That's the
terrible
thing.
dubs.
That's true. That's very true.
But yeah, I don't think it's waste of money. I didn't spend too much on it. I do have a good collection, but
Mhm.
I do, you know, from time to time put it into the PS3 and watch.
Much,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Do you like? So you like don't really collect anime anymore. Do you guys like collect stuff? Is there anything that you guys collect?
Yeah, I mean, I collect anything.
Debt.
That's true.
I'm collecting that credit card.
Well, I
debt,
have-
dog.
They're the tax collector.
I'm liking my board game collection right now.
Oh, that's true. You got some
Yeah,
board
that's
games.
true,
I-
yeah.
He's got the voting game.
Yeah, I guess I got the voting game.
Yeah, we had a guy
I was
come
collecting
into,
dice.
Electric Playground too, who is their game company. They're working on a board game, so he was showing it off in our live show. But he was just talking about how much they get inspired by board games to make real games too.
Yeah.
And they have some guy in there who literally has an entire basement just stacked with board games.
Holy shit.
Dude,
There's some
board games are
crazy
so fun,
board
though.
game collectors out there, and they're really fun for
Yeah.
sure, especially if you play them with the right people. You can't play them. For me at least, I don't enjoy playing with people who take shit too seriously and
You gotta
don't.
play with us, man.
You gotta play with
no,
us.
no. You gotta just have fun and just
We have a good crew to play with.
yeah.
Next time.
Doing always gangs up with me all the time.
But collecting is definitely
That's
something
what
I've detached myself from more. I still collect everything Kojima related. I have a little shelf in my house that's all Kojima
Dude, it's a fucking
memorabilia.
shrine.
Yeah, I call it the Kojima shrine. Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm constantly collect and want to keep adding.
That's
but,
cool though.
but games and everything like that,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
starting to
tough.
move away from that because it's so much
no
stuff
point.
with you and
It's a lot of stuff.
it's
dude.
a lot of stuff to take in, even memorabilia and stuff like that. I try. There's some really cool figurines and Funko Pops. There's so many cool ones out there, but I try my best to be no,
Yeah.
I can't do
No,
this.
I'm the same
I can't
way,
do this.
Yeah,
you know?
I only put it in I only need the Funko Pops because my desk is so empty.
yeah. Sort of, man. No, there's so many good ones, man. There's some that I had to buy for sure.
I wanted at one point to get into retro game collecting, but it's just
Oh, it's so crazy.
No, that's insane.
It's so
it's
crazy.
so hard. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
You
And the
so much space.
only way you can really be good at it is you need to hit up yard sales and shit.
And let me tell you
You
something.
can't just
though.
because if you go and try to buy a reseller's price who knows what it's worth,
no.
forget about
It's
it.
not even knowing, you got to really understand what it's worth. Because there's people who know, they think they know what it's worth,
Yeah.
but they just fucking check eBay prices,
Yeah.
and then they're just this is what the price is. eBay prices are never
It's always
what it's actually going for.
way
It's always
inflated,
inflated by 35% at
Yeah.
least. But, I talked to John, the happy console gamer, and he comes by my house quite often. And one thing I always tell him is, I blame his fucking generation of YouTube content creators. I
Yeah.
call them the retro game
Oh,
yeah.
kind of content creators like Happy Console Gamer, Pete Dorr, people like Gamester 81. There's a whole circle on them when they first kind of started. There's a few others that I'm totally missing right now.
Metal Jesus rocks.
The Metal Jesus, he got into it a little bit later, but he's totally part of that circle. And they just, because they talk about these games so much, they kind of show them to this young generation. Ever since they started making content, prices have gone up so much. Especially if you go Super Nintendo collecting is expensive. Man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Some Super Nintendo games that are shit are worth $40 a piece, right? It's crazy.
I have a copy of Chrono Trigger and I bought it for $60. And I thought that was expensive at the time.
Yeah.
But if you go and look at Chrono Trigger prices now, it's in the hundreds.
It's 100,
I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, even Super Metroid.
Yeah.
I remember when I got that game. I got it for free from a friend back when I was growing up.
Yeah, man. Back in the day, you didn't fucking care.
Yeah, nobody cares. But now,
Whatever.
even Super Metroid, just a loose copy of that still goes for
Cart
60 to
only.
80.
Dude,
You know?
get a copy of Earthbound. Fuck
yeah, no.
that shit.
It's crazy.
It's
And
insane.
the stories that I've heard about Earthbound was that when the game first came out, people used to walk into their local stores. There used to be stacks of Earthbound all over. Nobody really gave a shit about the
Yeah.
game, and they were trying to sell it off for as cheap as possible. So there's a lot of those retro game guys always talk about if they could ever go back in time and they could just buy 30 copies or something of Earthbound in box, they'd make so much money.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
it's nuts. It's so crazy.
It's almost too late to get into retro game collecting. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah. I mean, my Kojima collection too. The game that I want the most, I think I mentioned it before. Is a game called Snatcher on Sega CD.
Right.
Yeah.
$600, man.
Woo.
$600. I just can never do that.
Yeah.
It just.
No game is worth that.
Yeah, I love the game and I've beat it and I've played it, but it's just never. I don't think I'll ever get to that
Yeah.
point. Yeah, too much money.
You just collecting that debt. That's pretty much it.
Dude,
Pretty
me
much,
too, man.
yeah. I mean, there was a time when we were really getting into the board games that I collected a bunch of dice because every time I
Yeah.
went to a board game shop, I was like, oh, this dice, I need it.
That's some nice dice.
Yeah, there's
dude.
people who are
That's
into collecting arcade sticks and stuff too.
Yeah.
Got
That
this
wooden
ghetto one
arcade
over
stick.
there.
What,
Yeah,
what are the origins of that stick? What kind of stick is that?
dude, I don't
Is it
know.
custom?
It is. I know they made some form of this stick because I saw it in a shop here locally where people were playing Magic and they were also playing games, and there was a KOF version of this.
Really?
It had KOF art. It wasn't wood. It was pretty much the exact same stick. But anyways, so the origin of the stick was, Street Fighter 4 was, I was like, I kind of want to learn to play on arcades. It seems kind of like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't want to invest $150 at the time. That's what they were brand new. I think the TEs in Canada. The TE one when Mad Catz was launching that. So those sticks look awesome, but I don't want to fucking drop this much money for something I'm not sure I want to use. So I was like, let me just check out Craigslist.
Most reliable source.
So there's a few I looked at, and then this one I saw, but it's fucking such a piece of shit. But it had heart. It taught me how to hold a stick properly. And I paid I want to say I paid $40 to $60 for it.
Yeah, I plugged it into my PS2 and I played some shit with it.
Did you play it? Nice.
And I'm just like, fuck, this thing's hard to use,
rough,
dude.
It's rough.
And the stick, you have to move it so much.
yeah.
In order
it doesn't have.
It doesn't.
The dead zones are very, very.
It's so bad. I'm just like, dude, this is a workout. Getting a
It's a
DP
workout.
out. It's like, what the fuck?
It is, and it's a bat top and everything. But here, let me pull it out actually.
Yeah.
One thing I've
Pull that shit
always wanted to do with the stick was actually to mod it. Because I want to keep the base. Because people turn Xbox 360s into arcade sticks. They'll turn a piece of. I've seen shoe boxes, and people have just made them into arcade sticks.
I can help you with that. I did it with mine.
Yeah, I know for sure. I definitely just need to get around to doing it.
Get some Sandwich buttons.
Yeah,
in
get
there,
some
dude.
sandwich buttons. I know these are terrible. You can't.
Those are.
I remember learning how to plink, and I just couldn't plink on this. And I tried on a sandwich stick. I was getting it perfectly. But anyways, I want to get a sandwich stick and sandwich buttons. I just want to see to use this as a base. The only reason that has stopped me is actually the fact that it kind of how it slants down a little bit.
Oh.
Just a little bit. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't like it that much.
That means you just need a better base, man.
I don't think it's the base. I think it's this. It's the curve here. The base is actually flat.
No, this is part
You can
of the
adjust
base, right?
that.
Yeah.
You can probably
You can
fix that
adjust
shit.
it, yeah.
Because you just want this top part, really, right?
Yeah.
The wood.
They want the wood. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So you can just get rid of the
Yeah,
bottom
we
part,
just
find a
make a
new
new one, man.
bottom
That's
part.
true. Yeah.
It'll be a project.
It'd be a pretty big.
Make a
project.
YouTube video out of it because Behr.
that'd be
Get some 100K views, dog.
At the same time, I'm kind of attached to how shitty this stick is. It's kind of the charm of it,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I want to take that away from this stick.
Take it away, man.
Yeah, take it away. Yeah. It's
Use,
probably-
the base is really nice. You got to use that thing.
yeah.
It's
It's real wood. I'm pretty sure.
But at the
it's
same
heavy as
time,
fuck, man.
Yeah.
it's a good backdrop item. You know what I mean?
It is.
Retel, come on, man.
No, it's all about that DK.
Put some of your, put DK.
So that's
Feature
the
length.
story of the stick, and I still get questions now every time. Just what do you play on, arcade stick or a controller? It's man, you guys don't hear me tapping like a maniac when I play. You can hear my buttons so loudly, but it's whatever you want to do, man. It's don't ever
Play on keyboard.
Yeah, play on a keyboard. Hell
Side
yeah.
mouse.
So many players are so good with keyboard, man.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, freaking Billy. Listening to Billy play
Oh
PC
man,
game.
like League of Legends. I remember first series, he had the loudest mechanical
Billy
keyboard.
Mechanical.
is the,
And mechanical, dude.
The loudest mechanical keyboard.
B chord, dude.
B chord.
Billy is the reason why I don't have a mechanical keyboard. I've seen so many ones that were really good price, really well reviewed. It's should I get this? I'm like, nah, man. I'm gonna wake everyone in the whole fucking house up
true, though.
by clicking. It's
I just got
so
visions
loud.
of Billy just back in the day in a beater on his mechanical keyboard with his
Yeah.
gunners on.
Yeah, it's
His pink pajama pants.
don't get me wrong. It's the best thing for pro
Oh, yeah.
gaming. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of like even an arcade stick. I feel like having buttons that make noise is better than silent buttons in some ways because sometimes you can hear your rhythm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you really
that's
know
true.
that you're pressing the buttons. But it's just fucking annoying, man.
Man, that
It is.
keyboard's lasted me 6 years now.
Dude,
It's a great fucking keyboard.
Yeah.
mechanical, they last a long time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
My mouse too.
I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Hell yeah.
This has been episode 83 of the Top Tier Podcast. Once again, big shout outs to our supporters over on Patreon, patreon.com/Top Tier Podcast.
Big support.
And, you can find this show over on iTunes, SoundCloud, Top Tier Podcast, every major podcast directory out there,
Major podcast.
because we are a major podcast.
Major podcast.
We're one of the
Major
biggest podcasts out there, guys.
We're gigantic.
Yes, the 10 viewers, listeners.
And of course, if you guys haven't already, go and check out Monday Night Fights on youtube.com/BayRudy.
YouTube.com.
Stop it! I'm doing my best over
There's
here.
one episode of Monday Night Fights where I go thrap or something like that. And these two guys just would not let it go.
I don't remember that shit.
I tried to say throw, or I said
I remember.
throb or something like that.
I remember it.
Anyways,
I mean, that's how we do it, man.
That's
I
how we do
fucking
it.
stumble on my words all the time.
That's funny. I love it.
thanks Billy, thanks Behr, thanks Lou. I guess. Peace out, guys.